Ready? Smooth Man on the mic. Prayer After Prison Masterclass. Yes, indeed. We're talking about prayer after prison. All right, we're talking about Leviticus. We're talking about Lamentations. We're talking about the Holy Quran. We're talking about the Holy Gospel. We're talking about it all. And you don't have to be a part of a religion to take part in this video. You don't have to be a part of anything. All you have to do is believe in a higher power. Whatever you choose to call that power is based on your culture. And there's no right or wrong answer. One of the best books that I read, you know what I'm saying, within the Bible, mind you. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people get flack on the Bible, especially nowadays. It's considered hate speech and it's considered unethical to read. And then same thing with Homer's Odyssey. They banned that. That was hate speech and unethical to read. But let me tell you something right here. You know what I'm saying? If you got eyes to see and ears to hear, you can definitely decipher against what's false and what's real within any book. Never mind the scripture and never mind the revelation. Within any book, you can decide and discern what's true and what's not if you have eyes to see and ears to hear for the truth. If you're looking for the lie, that's all you're going to find is the lies. And you're going to be consumed by the lies, and you're going to then see how entertained you can be about the lie. You see what I'm saying? If that's what you're looking for. You know what I mean? So you want to look for the truth. The truth is not going to make sense compared to the lie. You know what I'm saying? Because they're two different natures of communication. And if two different natures of communication clashes, one is going to sound like a lie, and then the other is going to sound like the truth. It is up to us to discern which is which. Prayer. Prayer after prison. Prayer after prison kept me out of prison. Prayer after prison keeps me out of prison. You see what I'm saying? And I pray every day. You know what I mean? Me being a Muslim, a Sufic Muslim at that. You see what I'm saying? I got particular kind of prayers. And you don't have to, you know, it doesn't matter what denomination, it doesn't matter which religion, which spirituality, it doesn't matter what you follow. It's the fact that if you have the ability to pray, you know what I'm saying? If you've been blessed with a voice, if you've been blessed with a cognizant realization that law of attraction works through the frequency, sound, and vibration of words, you know what I'm saying? Of that power, energy, and light, I promise you, prayer is going to get you where you need to be at. You see what I'm saying? And mind you, it's prayer what works. You know, faith without works is dead. So my daughters are my motivations. You see what I'm saying? My daughters are my motivations for real. Both of them. I got an older one and a younger one. They're both my hearts. They're both my motivations. My aspirations to be better than what I was yesterday relies on my memories and thoughts of them on a daily basis, outside of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Outside of my obsession with being the best at everything that I come across. You see what I'm saying? My two daughters give me a peace, a relaxation in my mind and in my heart, knowing that I have two individuals on this planet who share 50% of my makeup and DNA. That right there gives me a certain level of humility. You know what I'm saying? To be something that they both can look up to. And that's really what keeps me going. That's what helps me pray too. And me, like, I know for me, like I said, man, when you're in that lifestyle of thievery, when you're in that lifestyle of robbery, when you're in that lifestyle of violence, when you're in that lifestyle of toxicity in every kind of way, you're no good to nobody. And I wasn't no good to nobody for a long time. You see what I'm saying? Going into prison, it was a whole nother kind of game. You know what I'm saying? That's a survival game. That whole game is a survival game. You know what I'm saying? It's you eat now because you ain't gonna eat later. It's you eat now because you're not gonna get the opportunity to eat later. It's you hustle now because you ain't gonna be hustling later. And that's an everyday thing. You know what I'm saying? Every day is another day to get this money. Every day is another day to look over your shoulder. Make sure you won't get killed. Make sure you don't get killed. We're not talking about fighting. We're not talking about getting locked in the cells Oh, that was an everyday thing. That was an everyday occurrence. That could occur just because someone didn't like you. No one needs a reason to not like you. They could just simply not like you. And you just simply in the right place at the wrong time. Or the wrong place at the right time. Kind of depends on who's good at fighting. But, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was. And all of that develops PTSD. All of that develops dissociative identity disorder. All of that develops behavioral cognizant disorder. You see what I'm saying? It's the routine combined with the unhealthy lifestyles, the mentalities of those around you, because that's what it keeps your anxiety and PTSD at an all-time high. Okay, the body can't operate when its paranoias are at an all-time high. Mind you, the immune system will create neurotransmitters, hormones, and other such things, cortisol, you know what I'm saying, hormone, all these kinds of things. It'll create levels of that to try to sustain its own survivability if its conscious mind can't do it itself. You see what I'm saying? Mind you, I read that in prison. You know what I'm saying? Or rather studied that in prison. Because they don't allow you to, you know, take control over your own diet, your own health. You know, they do that for you. And it's usually less than 800 calories a day. And mind you, there's more to it. You know, the psychosocial immunological system itself designed for prison. You see what I'm saying? I mean, y'all gotta understand, they broke the human genome quite some time ago. Mind you, teachings that they got from the first civilizations. So when it comes to manufacturing or grooming the gentlemen who are in prison, black men who are in prison, people of color who are in prison, when it comes to grooming us for recidivism, because mind you, we're worth a certain level of dollar amount, depending on what state you're in. You see what I'm saying? And when it comes to the ingraining of the mental capacity to recidivate every time, that number goes up for those who are recurring coming back in prison. These are the facts. You see what I'm saying? So it's like our neuroimmunology between generations of generations is used, which is sadly to say, used to the stress of racism or used to the stress of the prejudice, all of it that surrounds the stereotypical notion of me being in prison or other gentlemen that I know that are in prison for much lesser crimes. You see what I'm saying? And that's the point though. Because when they started dividing up ghettos and hoods into different sociological orders, that was to create biological problems. How long can the body stress before it starts malfunctioning? How long can the body be paranoid before it starts malfunctioning? How long can the body sustain certain levels of negative energy before it starts malfunctioning? You got to understand that you got to take care of that, and being in those kind of environments, it makes it nearly impossible to do so, but that's the whole point. You see what I'm saying? And so again, another reason why I'm making this particular video, this masterclass situation. There's going to be more masterclasses to come. Y'all got to tune in.